Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, September 16th, and we're talking about IXHL, as always. And just wanted to jump on here, give a little update. Haven't been posting because there's really not much to post, right? Currently, I'm looking at the 15-minute chart and or the 15-minute candle, and we're trading just above the upper half of the first 15-minute candle, which would be the top half would be, if we break through and stay above, we're actually above 52 right now, 52.91. We're into 53. If we can continue to move out of the 53-cent range, and really we'll see some action if we break through 0.5399 or 54 cents. So like if we are able to break through 54 cents and move, then we have something to talk about. So today I looked up a couple of things online. I started to think to myself, like, this is so strange. Like, this guy says that he's gonna, they have no need to or no intention of using the at the market. Then they announced a $20 million share repurchase that they clearly are not using, right? Then all the sites like Market Watch and Yahoo News, everybody starts reporting that there's 29 million shares, right? There's just so much crazy like nonsense happening. And then there's so yeah, the August 22nd, there's the announcement, oh yeah, we're going to buy $20 million worth of shares. August 26th, we see on August 26th, we see the general anxiety drug out of nowhere, comes out of nowhere. No one expected it. Amazing, safe, effective, like incredible, the best news ever. And what happens? It goes to 90 cents that day, a few cents up from where it was, and then begins dumping, and it's dumped every day since. So let's see how many days that's been. That's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, about 17 or 18 trading days. The stock has just consistently gone down. Boom, 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 every single day. And nobody wants to admit that the stock is being diluted and that this is, in fact, the rest of the $100 million at the market taking place. Then there's the theory that, well, how could this be the 100 million at the market taking place, because they're only allowed to raise, what is it, 25% of their float if the float is under 75 million. Well, I would suggest that the float is not under 75 million. The float is most likely at this point, there's most likely about 160 million shares, and we have about an $80 million float, right? Possibly more. But everyone, most of retail is under this narrative that there's a share repurchase taking place, and you have people that are all saying that it's going to happen every single day. Nothing happens. We just keep seeing more and more dilution. If you put it into any AI trading bot thing, anything, any kind of computer system, and you put the charts in there for the last every day for the last since August 26th, it always agrees that this is in fact dilution. So okay, let's get to the point. So I went looking today for I was like, there's got to be something we're missing. So here's what I found in the forward-looking statement. And people say, oh, that's a boilerplate statement. That's a boilerplate statement. And in my opinion, it's not a boilerplate statement. I'm going to point it out now. So here's what I found in forward-looking statements of the 8K from August 26th. These risks and quote, these risks and uncertainties include, among others, that current expense and cash resource estimates, which may ultimately be inaccurate, and the company may need to raise capital, including through the ATM, sooner than it presently anticipates. The continued availability of financing, Inconnex's ability to raise capital to fund continued operations and to maintain or potentially further improve its capital structure. Okay, and that's the statement from the forward-looking statements of the 8K, which was the announcement, the PR announcement of the general anxiety drug. In those forward-looking statements, this is buried. And then when I posted this here and there, everyone's saying, oh no, that's a boilerplate statement. Did they all say that? They all say that. Look, no, it's not. I looked up and I compared it. It's not a boilerplate statement. And it is the latest statement from the company. Okay. So we don't have any, they never said another word after that. So everyone's like, oh, but he said no intention of using the at the market. This trumps that. That was on July 25th that he said that. This is August 26th, a month later, right? August 22nd, he says, we're going to do 20 million share repurchase. August 26th, they announced the GAD, and in the forward-looking statements, this is what it says. Sooner than it presently anticipates. The company may need to raise capital, including through the ATM. Here's the key words. Sooner than it presently anticipates. That means we're changing our mind and we're diluting. Okay? And they stuffed it in the forward-looking statements. Listen, the other part of the evidence is that he has done this every single PR. He cannot help himself. He has to take money off the table. And unfortunately, if you didn't know this by now, this is what biotechs do. So it's his job to take money off the table. So this is what's happening. I mean, this is why I haven't been making any videos, because nobody wants to hear the truth anymore in the world we live in. They don't want to accept the fact that this is happening. And we've now been, like I said, 18 or 20 trading days in, 18 to 20 trading days in a row. And not a single person is agreeing that this is dilution. Well, okay, well, what's the positive side? The positive side is the following. Hopefully, Joel is smart enough to complete the at the market before earnings and then have a PR that states something like 100 million at the market equity raise complete. No further dilution without shareholder approval. And then the earnings report will say something like $120 million in cash and, I don't know, 232 million shares. I know that's a trigger for everyone. Oh my God, it's at 29 million shares. It's not 29 million shares. However, you got it. Okay, so $120 million in cash is a lot of cash. That's going to instantly re-rate the stock, and the stock's going to start flying. It's going to have to go to $2, $3, $4. It's going to start moving. And guess what? For the first time ever, Joel, the CEO, is not going to be able to dilute the stock that day that he reports that. It's finally going to run. So anyone saying that it's going to be $4 by the end of the year, yeah, it is. Of course it is. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be maybe more. You know, maybe it's going to run to 20, 30, 200. Who knows? But the fact remains, they are diluting the stock right now. And hopefully, in a perfect world, they announced that they now have completed the $100 million at the market. They have a total of $120 million in cash on hand, or 100 in cash, 100 in cash on hand. Let's just go with 100. They have a total of 100 million in cash on hand. The ATM is complete. They've hit the capacity, and they can no longer dilute the stock without shareholder approval or authorization. It's most likely the board that's going to approve that, right? So they're going to tell you in a PR announcement they have $100 million and they can't dilute without approval, right? And then hopefully, if Joel is not a creepy, slimy scumbag, he's going to then do a 20 million share repurchase at the lowest price possible after he diluted the stock to that lowest price possible. And then he's going to take about 40 million shares off the table. So then you'll have 232 minus 40. Alexa, what is 232 minus 40?
232 minus 40 equals 192.
Then you have about 192 million, maybe less. Maybe he'll take some more off, right? Maybe it depends on how low it goes. If it goes into the 30s or 40s or 20s by the time he's done diluting, before